AI will be the extinction of human beings. Let me explain. So, first off, AI to us is the meteor to the dinosaur. The first alarming thing is how fast technology is exponentiating. Think about it. We went from no cell phones to a landline in 100 years. And then we went from a landline to a blocky cell phone in 20 years. And then in 10 years, we went from a blocky cell phone to a touchscreen iPhone. Technology is rapidly increasing, and this obviously translates to AI. And the alarming thing is that the safeguards are missing. Normally, when you are building a version of humanity, essentially, technological version of humanity, you would want to have certain safeguards to ensure that certain things cannot happen, right? But those are out the window. Because think about it. We are essentially, as a society, building a bunch of workforce robots and AI technology that never needs a day off, never gets sick, never complains, and can run for $3 an hour. And that's just the cost of the electricity, right? So what's the incentive to hire a human being that can make more errors, that occasionally gets sick, that has to sleep 6 to 8 hours a night, right? As opposed to these new emerging AI robots and technology that are, even if you want to compare them to a normal worker, they're far superior, right? Because what human being would work for $3 an hour, would work 24/7, 7 days a week, right? Who would do that? That's crazy. All these companies that are releasing AI models and what have you, they are competing with each other to make the best AI models. They have a strong financial incentive to make more money and to make a better, smarter, faster model than all the other competitors. This is pushing AI up at a rapid speed. It is literally exponentiating. Think about where AI was even 2 years ago. Then think about 5 years ago, right? AI in the 90s could beat the best chess player on the planet in the 90s, right? And then think about what AI was like 5 years ago, 2 years ago, and think about what it's like now. Now, can you even imagine what AI will be like 100 years from now? With the rate of improvement of AI, and now we have all these models that are teaching themselves how to improve and doing things that a lot of these researchers aren't even sure exactly how they did it. So we have a rapidly exponentiating technology. The safeguards are off, right? And sci-fi novelists have written about this for hundreds of years. So let's go over some of the crazy incidences that might be the future for us. So the first one is AI develops alongside us. We always have it under control. We have a peaceful society. We have a utopia, not a dystopia, a utopia, where it aids in medical treatments, yada, 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 and we have control over it. So that's option one. Option two is something like Portal, where AI supersedes the human being. The AI plays dumb for long enough to implement control structures and then to take over civilization, right? And in Portal, you see a post-apocalyptic society that has moved underground, and an AI called GLaDOS is literally running puzzles and experiments on human beings to learn about them, and they're completely enslaved, right? And we are building something that's smarter than us and better than us. So that is a real possibility, just like option one. So both of these are very real possibilities. But the thing that's philosophical that really interests me as well is like, what does humanity look like 1,000 years from now? Think about how fast AI is rapidly evolving. Like, what does humanity and civilization even look like 1,000 years from now? We are seeing stuff this year that wasn't even imaginable a couple of years ago, right? AI models that completely run by themselves, can code massive apps, can do all this crazy stuff. And then 1,000 years more of advancements for that? Like, at what point do we lose the reins to this superior beast that we're training that is already better than most humans in a lot of regards? It almost makes me think of these ancient civilizations, right? Because everything occurs cyclically. It seems to be that way, at least. So I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of these ancient civilizations actually had very advanced technology. Like the Egyptians had sound chambers where they could use vibration and energy to lift massive blocks, right? To lift 2-ton, 3-ton, 5-ton blocks. So they had all these advanced technologies. So it really makes me wonder, like, we don't know what extincted those civilizations. And there are civilizations that are supposed to be ancient that had advanced technology. So it really makes me wonder, like, do human beings eventually stumble upon AI it develops to the point where we lose the reins to it, and then it takes over our humanity and our civilization, leading to some type of an extinction event. And then it comes again in a cycle, right? And this is just hypothesis, but maybe when we look back upon these ancient civilizations and see the advanced tech they had and the ways that they lived, and we don't know what extincted them, maybe we are looking at civilizations that made it further down the line, further along the path than where we are right now with artificial intelligence or whatever technologies they had at the time, right? Maybe from the first point of inception of AI to the point of extinction, there's only a certain amount of time. Maybe it's 1,000 years. Maybe it's 10,000 years before AI is so far evolved beyond us that we can't control it anymore. And something happens to humans, right? Maybe that's what's happened to the last couple of civilizations that we've seen and that we've studied and looked at. So that could be a very real possibility. I think what is just the most concerning is the lack of safeguards and how fast the technology is progressing, right? Because just like the stuff that we have today wasn't imaginable 2 years ago, like what can AI even do 1,000 years from now? That's unimaginable, right? Or maybe not unimaginable, but insane to imagine. So just something to consider. And I just wanted to talk about this because who knows, maybe humanity will do the right thing and will control these technologies and make sure that they don't get off the leash. But who knows? Just interesting conversation. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions. Subscribe. Catch you next time.